How do politicians react when there's pain? Well, how do you react when there's pain or the potential for pain? Yeah, you avoid it. Well, guess what politicians want to do? They want to avoid pain. Now, if you're doing access-based stuff and you're getting a regulation change that nobody really cares about or knows about, or getting an extra $10 million stuck into the defense budget that nobody could possibly care about or ever notice, nobody's getting any pain there. Nobody's worried. You want to end the killing of unborn children? You want to pass constitutional carry? What happens if they take a stand on any issue like that? Some people are going to be mad. Either way, what do they want to do? They want to do nothing. The greatest force in politics is inertia. The greatest force in politics is inertia, the status quo. Look, man, they already got what they want. They're elected. All they got to do now, don't screw it up. How do you screw it up? Oh, start making a whole bunch of your constituents mad by taking strong stands on ideological issues that they don't like. This is the way it works for most. There is another side to this that is less well taken, but it's taken by some friends of ours in this room, which is to attract the people that are motivated by those issues and use them as a strong foundation for election and re-election and higher office. But you got to have a lot of guts to do that. And let me tell you, the class in the legislature are not known for their guts. Now, this has implications. If you're on defense legislatively, okay, we're on defense, you're trying to stop something from happening. Inertia is on your side. Because what do you want them to do, Chris? You want them to do nothing. Heck, that's what they want to do anyway. We're all good here. You're on offense. You got to get over inertia just to get in the game. Yeah, a little tough, a little rocky. So, you all gone through this stuff. You've got some groups, you got some names, you got some numbers, you got some money, and you're putting on pressure. You're looking to control the environment of those on the direct personal path to power. You're starting to cause them pain. How do they react to this? And I want to tell you before I give you examples of a critical thing for you to write down and remember. It's a way to tell for sure that something you're doing is working. When a member of the political class tells you how politics works or what you must do in politics, when a member of the political class, which could be an elected official, could be his staff, could be an insider lobbyist, somebody with access, somebody that, I know how it works here, son. I understand what's going on. You need to listen to me because I'm your friend. When they tell you how it works and what you must do, all you have to do is ask yourself this question. How does it benefit them if I believe it? You need to stop making trouble, Justin. You're making people mad up here. It's not going to work out well for you. So you need to just back down, learn how it works, and come on back once you figured it out. If you believe that's how it works, what do you have to do? You got to stop. That's a win for him, baby. That's what he wanted. He wanted you to stop. Any of you guys hunt? You're hunting deer. It's good to know what they like to eat, what hours they like to move around, when they are particularly looking for does. And, you know, these things increase the odds that you will be there with your crossbow, with your rifle, at the time where you want to pull the trigger. Well, we are, metaphorically speaking, hunting politicians. So you ask yourself this question because they're going to tell you what you got to do. So what are they going to tell you? Because what do they want? This is the point. You're learning to think like they think. You're putting pressure on them. You want their vote on this bill. They don't want to give you their vote on this bill. That will make some people mad. What do they want you to do? Go away. What do they want to give you for that? As little as possible, or preferably nothing. In my experience, it's not universal, but most of the time, if they're going to use this particular technique to do that, they'll do it first. They'll threaten you. They don't always start with threats, but in my experience, when they're going to threaten, usually they start with threats. In politics, there are real threats to life, property, and liberty. There really are. Now, it's way worse in, say, South America, but increasingly, the heavy hand of the state is telling you, Loudoun County, mothers, when you can speak, to whom you may speak, how you may speak, and there's the sheriff's deputies right there in order to make sure that you do it according to the rules. And if you don't, you will be taken down forcibly, handcuffed, and taken to jail, and maybe prosecuted for a crime. This is one way to shut one person up and to intimidate dozens. And it does happen. Usually it's just a threat. They're not actually going to do it. But it does happen. It does happen. But most threats are only political. That's not how we do things here. That's not how we do it. You need to understand that. Not how we do it. If you do that again, Matt, you keep it up, you and your pals, I'm going to vote against you. I'm going to vote against you. I'm going to teach you I can't be Muslim. I'm going to tell the media, I'm going to tell folks, you're a troublemaker, Joe. No one up here is going to work with you ever again. You're hurting the party. Chris, hurting the party. Come on. Got to get on the bus, baby. And they might threaten you. They might have staff threaten you. They might have a lobbyist threaten you. The message may or may not come from the politician. They know who your board members are. They may threaten them. If your board member has a business, they may threaten them. They know who your donors are. They may threaten them. And if you give in, what happens? They win. You go away. They gave you nothing. That's a goal. Celebration. They do the little slide, the whole 9 yards. And what's your response to threats? We have an expression we use. It's a gambling term. Double down. It means you double your bet. In other words, you double the amount of pressure you're putting on. Now look, maybe you can't double down because you're doing as much as you can. But you should still try to do more. But maybe you could triple down or quadruple down. You should ask me, Mike, if I could triple down, should I? Yes. Yes, you should. There's a little bit of subtlety to that, but that's a pretty good answer for today. Whether they threaten you or not, and many of them will not threaten you, they're not that kind. They got elected because they're likable people. They want to like people, people want to like them, and they're not into threats.